Just like I promised you guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing some interesting facts about the Roman bath. Did you know that the Roman baths were first discovered by, the British, but obviously it was excavated in the late 18th century, and then the Romans came back and discovered it, and we're like, this is a cool place. Did you also know that the Roman bath is one of the major tourist attractions in the UK? And like I said in my previous video, it receives over 1.3 million visitors every year. I think it's because of the numerous artifacts in the museum that we're going to get to in a bit. But yeah, that's also one of the facts about the Roman bath. Did you also know that the Victorian statues behind me in this video is basically Roman emperors and governors from the past? There's a total of 9 statues behind me. Did you also know that bath used to be called Aqua Sulis? Basically, the surrounding area beside the Roman bath was called Aqua Sulis. The Gorgon head has to be one of the biggest myths about the Roman bath. It was said that the Gorgon had snakes in its head, and if you stare at the snakes or the face of the Gorgon, which was always in front of the temple, you basically could die just by looking at the heads. At the snakes on the head of the Gorgon. This was literally a representation of what the front of the temple looks like, and it was advised to touch it. And also, what I'm pointing at in the video is the head of the Gorgon. And like I said, it has to be the biggest myth. I was like, how does this even happen? But basically, back in the days, this was the front of the temple, and if you stared too much, you could actually lose your life. Or better still, turn into a stone. The presence of numerous artifacts in the museum will be another interesting fact about the Roman bath. Like I said, when you visit the Roman bath, there's a museum in the building where you can see life as a Roman, where, you can see what their hairstyles used to look like. Like this lady, that was the hairstyle of a very rich Roman bath woman, where you can see their tomb, where they were buried, when they died. You can see some of their skeletal remains even, and a figure of, like a making of a face of a Roman man. This is also one of the popular designs that were in the houses of people of Aqua Sulis, the rich people of Aqua Sulis. The people that lived in Aqua Sulis, that would be the area, surrounding the Roman bath, have been described as really hardworking people. And in the museum as well, you can see some of the works that they were doing that showcases their occupation. They were molders, they were, wood makers. These people were farmers, they were making cutleries. They literally made almost everything that they needed. Everything that, the community needed to survive. And that's a picture of a street in Aqua Sulis. Can you see how busy it was? There's a lot of going in and coming out. Traders used to come and exchange things in Aqua Sulis. I think another big myth about the Roman bath would be the presence of these 12,000 coins. It was said that, the Roman bath was used in a unique manner, of course, and people in Aqua Sulis would come to, Roman bath, throw some coins in and just make a wish and just say, make me whole, Minerva, make me do this for me, if you do this for me. And they will literally pay her back in coins. And all these coins remained in the water. And this is actual representation of the coins that they found in the waters. Another major fact about the Roman bath was the presence of the hot room they called laconicum in the Roman bath, which we're standing in right now. It was basically a room in Roman bath that was really dry. All you needed to do was, splash some water and it will become really hot. And you could steam in there. And that's exactly where we're working through now. Goddess Sulis Minerva was considered to be an hybrid goddess. She was considered to be the goddess of justice. She was considered to be the goddess of wisdom, arts and articraft. The people of Aqua Sulis who had their belongings stolen would go to Roman bath to sort out help by throwing in coins or just, writing it in a screw and just folding it up and throwing it into the waters. And they believed that ultimately she was granting their wishes. And most importantly, they thought the goddess had healing powers because people would ultimately take a bath in the water and they will be cured of their sickness. Another fun fact about the Roman bath would be that, the water still flows really warm, really hot actually, from the source into the pool to this day. Another interesting fact to note is that the Roman baths are not safe for showers or bath nowadays. The water in the bath still passes through, functioning lead pipes that have been set up by the Romans. So the quality of water available is not ideal. The famous spa water currently contains about 43 minerals that do not do well with the skin. So if you ever visit the Roman bath, try not to take a shower. There were a few people dipping their fingers into the water. Everyone has to be inquisitive, but I didn't actually see anyone jump into it. In conclusion of this history class, I would definitely recommend the Roman bath to anyone who lives in the UK or in the surroundings that is, very inquisitive about history. Even if you don't live in the UK, if you just want to come visit, the Roman bath is such a cool place. I didn't get any nice picture, which still hurts me till today, and that was because it was a rainy day, but I still enjoyed my visit, and I might be going back for my picture. Also, because the Roman baths are not safe for, bathing or drinking, of course, there's actually still a part of the spa where, there's drinkable water where you can actually have a taste. And like I said, the bathing water and the drinking water was meant to be healing. So there's like codes all around, this area that says if you drank this water and you still had problem in your life, you probably couldn't be cured. So it might be worth it to taste this water before you leave the building. But yeah, I tasted it. I didn't really like the taste. It tasted like, when water is supposed to be smelly, but it was just really a nice experience. So I recommend it for anybody that is as inquisitive as me. And yeah, I think that sums up, the Earl of Roman bath. The next stop in today's class would be the Pulteney Bridge. The Pulteney Bridge is one of 4 bridges in the whole wide world that has shops all around it. The Pulteney Bridge actually took 5 years to make, and it was made between the year 1769 to 1774. The Pulteney Bridge was designed by a Scottish neoclassical architect called, Robert Adam. And this happened after, a wealthy man called William Johnstone Pulteney had called him to say, you know what, I'm a very wealthy man. I need a bridge to transport my items. I need to be able to get to the city quickly. I need my customers to be able to see me. What can we do? And I think about that time, John Seawood was, building all his beautiful Georgian architecture on the west side. And, William was just like, we can't just leave him to do that. Let me do mine as well. Let's do something to come back to what he's doing. Let mine be the talk of the town. That's not what happened. But yeah, you get the drift. I took a walk along the side of the bridge just beside the shops, and it was such a beautiful walk. Can you guys see across? That's the bridge where I was, and now I'm down. Apparently, when this bridge was built in the year 1779, it got damaged 20 years after because of obviously erosion and I think water and rain. But then it was rebuilt by another surveyor called John Peach Sr., and this is what we have today. The bridge is currently maintained by Bath and North East Somerset, England. The first time the bridge was constructed, about £10,000 was spent. One of the reasons why the Pulteney Bridge also has some popularity was because the famous Les Miserables movie from the 2012, where Javier plunged himself into the river, was acted here on the spot where I'm standing. This is the end of my video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.